Are we on?
Okay, we are live, I believe. Yeah. If
Hello.
anybody's watching, welcome. Hello. Right. So, session, I think we decided this was session 18 of the Princess and the Silver Cave. So, last session, you guys continued to explore this set of crypts and associated rooms. You found a large feasting hall with statues overlooking it. You found another area full of bodies of presumably guardians waiting to wait. You'd rather not find out for sure, I'm guessing. And eventually you decided you had to enter the large room with the really revolting smell. And whilst crossing from the east door to the north door, within there, you were attacked by tentacles that seemed to writhe from a pit of darkness in the centre of the room. And having driven them back, you managed to get through and back out of the doorway to the bottom of the staircases. So we leave you, I'm guessing, at least slightly shaken by that experience, and over to you guys.
What the fuck was that?
Tentacles.
Tentacles, yeah. Are there any on the floor still where we hacked some bits off? Or have they disappeared?
You didn't hack any off particularly, but you managed to cut into them and they retreated, kind of letting go of you and retreating. But there is a kind of black, foul-smelling liquid that was left behind. But you've now left that room. You could go back into the room to have a further look at what was left behind on the floor. You know, just let me know.
I would say to Cager, let's get one of these benches and chuck it down the pit, if we can.
We can't. The big stone benches.
The size of Cager? Have you seen the size of Cager?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that sounded so wrong. Sorry, Belle.
Occasional.
And I'm controlling Baldor too, so there's 3 of us.
Occasional sort of size up the benches and see if she reckons if the 3 of them together can heft them.
Or I could step in and help, but I thought you said we wouldn't be able to lift them, Louis.
I thought they carved into the...
They did appear. I mean, you could go and have a proper look at them if you wanted to. You haven't spent very long in the room, but as far as you remember, they looked like they were actually carved into the floor itself.
I'll have a look and see if there's any that might have maybe sort of worked their way loose, or...
You'll have to go back into the room in order to do that.
I didn't think we actually left the room.
I think we left you. You just stepped. You'd kind of retreated quite quickly out through the doorway. Once that, in fact, you'd retreated out of the room because you were going to try and shoot at them.
No. If you remember, I was in the doorway.
Yes, you were in the doorway.
Them. Yep.
I'm
not that much of a coward.
I'd got you guys definitely moving back
Heading
out
for
of the
the door.
doorway at the end.
Well, which way?
I mean, you're only just outside the door, but you are just outside the door.
I mean, our initial plan, obviously, once we defeated the tentacles, if I remember correctly, is we were going to try and prove that this way went back to the circle that we believed it was, before deciding which way to go, west or south into the big room. But I'd still like to try and chuck a stone bench down there, if we may, please, because them tentacle things scared the shit out of me.
I mean, I thought most of us were here.
We're all here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are
all,
there. Okay,
you are
cool.
all there.
Right, that's fine. I thought we were saying we're back over here still. And then I was a bit confused.
Are you going to have a look, Doug?
I'll have a quick look in the room.
I'll watch your back.
Trust me, I'm good at watching my own back, but I do appreciate it. Thank you, Actian.
Okay,
Literally.
so you are going to need to get. So you're going to take someone's lamp, I'm guessing.
Gage will go along and hold a lamp for him.
Okay.
Good girl.
So I believe she was holding one.
Anybody else going into the room?
No.
No, I'm going to stand at the doorway, just outside and look on. After last time.
Okay.
Get your dagger ready, Aladai.
What's Baldor doing?
Baldur's holding the oil.
Okay, he's staying with Actian and Aladai then.
Just fractionally outside the door, just enough we can see what's going on, but we're not in the room.
Okay, so
Gage is quite happily going into the room and having a good
Genghis
old
and
look around.
Kaja go into the room. The area above that, call it an altar, is still clothed in penetrating darkness. Penetrating darkness? That's not right. Impenetrable darkness. There we go. Third time lucky. Yeah. So.
Do you want one of them, Louis?
Yeah, I think it sounds like I've already had a couple. Yeah, you guys creep into the room and work your way forward to the first of the stone benches. It's solid granite. It's about 5 feet long. About 18 inches, maybe 2 feet high. And it definitely looks as if it's all but welded to the floor. You could maybe pick it up if it isn't. It's a bit difficult to tell. You could maybe lift it, but trying to lift it and then drag it away would be difficult. Trying to lift it up onto the altar would be very difficult. You might be able to do it with one of the benches right down close to the altar, right down at the bottom of the slope, but trying to take this one and then drag it down there would be quite a serious piece of work before you even got down to the altar.
So looking at the layout, there's actually 4 benches close to the altar.
There's 8 benches close to the altar. Those diagonal ones are likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to try and work all 8 of them in there. Get through that, you tentacled.
Okay. So you two are going to work your way, work down to the first bench and then try and lift it.
No, we're not going to. I'd say we're more going to drag it. There's more strength in a drag than a lift.
Okay. I mean, you're going to have but you're going to go down to the first bench.
Right down by the altar.
Yeah, as much as this is totally unlike Genghis.
Can I now enter the room and go after them, seeing they're going too far into the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although this is unlike Genghis, he also he's a clever lad, and knowing that potentially dropping the benches down there and potentially injuring or blocking whatever could come out, he likes protecting his back.
Okay, so you've got, like I say, there's a slight slope to the floor that goes down into the down to the centre, and then there is a step up, maybe a foot up onto a step, and then in the middle of that there is this granite altar that comes up to about 3 feet high, and on the top of that, not in the top of it but above it, there is this area of thick darkness.
Oh, so it's not a hole in the ground then?
It's not a hole in the ground, no.
I thought you said last week that, or last session, that's more likely goes with the flow. Okay.
The area of dark, because you fired completely through the area of darkness.
Yeah, but I thought you said that because we were talking about what it was, and we said, "Oh, is it like a hole in the ground?" And you went, "Actually, that works."
Yeah, I think we got a bit confused over the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a floating black area above the altar.
It's not a hole in the ground.
It's an altar, not a hole in the ground, and the area is above that. There's a dark area above that.
And the tentacles came out of that area.
Rolling back,
it's
not a hole in the ground. Genghis is not trying to tip one of the benches down the non-hole in the ground.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking, like, okay, you're going to pick it up and try and get it. I mean, there might be a hole in the top of the altar. It's difficult to tell. There's this darkness there, so it's possible, but...
So if Cager goes towards it with the light, does that have any effect on the darkness itself?
How close is Cager going to get to it with the light?
I don't know that.
She's happy to get fairly close.
Okay.
Fairly close.
Okay, so you guys are creeping down towards this.
I've stopped at the first bench, furthest away with my lamp.
And I'm knocking an arrow just there.
You're feeling well supported there, Cager. The two of them are hanging right back about, 10 foot behind, 10 foot behind you. Okay,
it's fine.
You're lucky I came in the room.
As you get closer to it, it lights up the sides of the altar, it lights up the benches, it lights up the floor, it lights up everything except this area directly on top of and above the altar itself, which just remains this kind of cloudy, dense, dark area. So looking through behind it, you can see kind of almost to the other side, you can see where that marble door is in the wall to the south. And it's, when you look at it from one side, you can, with your torch, you can see it, and as you move across, it becomes darker, and eventually, if you were to stand kind of central to it, you wouldn't be able to see it at all. You'd just be able to see this blackness between you and it. You can see the benches, your lights lighting up the benches, kind of the other side of it, but you can't see through the center of it. It's just like it sucks all the light out of the room.
So from where I'm standing, is it creating a black shadow so it's impenetrable to the lamp, or is the light just sort of going through it that you can't tell?
The light is not going through it.
Right.
Does it appear to move away from the light at all?
Or the heat?
No.
Okay. I'm going to call down ahead and say, if it's bound by the altar, let's try and push it over.
Or pass me an arrow. Let's see what happens if I poke an arrow in it.
I've already fired an arrow.
No, put half an arrow and take it out.
It actually was a very good roll, and it went clean through it. Before we even came into the room, if you remember.
It'd be like here now.
So when we were over here, Cager, I actually fired at it, and Louis said it was a good hit, but it went straight through it.
Yeah.
So it's either magical in some way, or it's bound to the altar. So let's see if we can destroy it. Yeah.
Can we see, now a good look at it, can we see if this black patch is just floating above the altar? It's not touching the ceiling.
It doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling.
Right.
It sits on and above the altar.
Okay.
Cager, how far down are you? How many benches down are you?
2.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm slightly stuck in that my Roll20 Windows decided to go back to the loading screen for no apparent reason, so I can't see the map.
There's only three.
There's only three benches.
Oh, there's only three there. Okay, yes, two.
You've got to have gone past the first one, so you're down about the second one.
Yeah, in between the second and third.
Okay.
Kind of probably closer to the third than the second.
Yeah. So what are you saying? What are you saying you're going to try and push over, or are you not going to?
The altar itself.
Okay, the altar itself is kind of about 4 foot, 4 foot column of granite. A 4 foot round column of granite.
Yeah. You're not going to be moving that in a hurry.
Should we?
What about if you actually pour some oil over the altar and set that on fire?
It's worth a try.
I've got my lamp, so we'll still have light in the room if you do use your lamp.
And we've still got the barrel of additional lamp anyway, so...
Yeah.
And I had a lamp earlier as well, so yeah, I'll pour...
And Bowden's got a lamp when we go back there. So.
If we get... So just pour what I've got in my own lamp, or...
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or some of it. if you can manage it.
Okay, so you're going to walk forwards, step up onto the step, and pour oil onto the top of the altar.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said she's going to do.
Yep, pretty much. With being ready to jump back fairly sharpishly.
Okay.
And I've got an arrow not.
So apparent bravery. I'm going to move forward one bench to the second bench.
Okay.
Not going to be outdone, so I won't be able to tell the story afterwards.
Right. As you move to step up onto the altar, I'm going to spend 2 doom to see the initiative. I think, given that it's been sitting there, I'm not going to even worry about how many of whether or not I should set in multiples, because it basically gets I think it should probably get a free round anyway. Okay, so
even though I'm prepared with an arrow,
she stood 1.5 feet by this point from this darkness, and tentacles just suddenly shoot out and go to grab her.
And
how many?
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to react before, in that time that they're going to do the transition, they're going to get a chance to grab her, even by the time that the arrow makes its way across.
Yeah, well, I still want to declare a prepared shot, though.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Am I able to do anything, considering I was ready to move back?
You
but I guess
can
no,
try you can try and parry. That's not a problem.
Awesome. I'm going to give parry attempt.
Okay, so
let's see what they do first, Belle. They can't hurt you.
What's the worst that could happen? Right.
Well, it's the GM who said that. It wasn't any of us.
Yeah. Okay.
Natural 1.
Technically speaking, you should announce whether or not you're going to parry before you see it, but there's a question about that.
And I've also got deflection, which reduces the parry doom cost by 1.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
So you don't get doom from our parry, sir.
Right. That's 3 successes as the first one snakes out and tries to grab you. So you can try and parry that if you want. If nothing else, it will reduce the amount of momentum I get to play with.
I will try and just parry it. But sorry, brain farting. If I try and parry, it won't give you any extra doom, will it?
No, not for your first one, because you get a freebie.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm just rolling 1d20 straight out.
Yep.
No, still 2d20.
Still 2d20.
Sorry, not thinking. Yes.
perfect.
No, not perfect. I rolled 2d0, not remotely perfect.
Louis, that's better than a 1.
That's better than the one, Louis.
Yeah. If
It also dissolves.
If she'd rolled double zeros on 2d20, it would have been, but...
What you should have done, Belle, for the first roll, because Louis probably wouldn't have even noticed, and I wouldn't have said nothing, is if you rolled 2d6, he would have gone, oh, very good.
No, 2d1.
Or 2d2s.
Yeah.
I'm an honest sod, what can I say?
Okay, so that's 2 successes. You got hit with 3 successes. So straight away that does... I am going to burn the point of momentum that I got on increasing damage. Do you get an extra damage dice or add a damage?
What point of momentum you got?
Damage. Oh no, that's true. 2, 3, I just hit, don't I?
Just?
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
how
hit.
dare you, Mr. GM?
Okay.
How very dare.
How very dare you?
Okay, 5 points of damage to, as it grabs your left leg. Have you got armor on your left leg? I can't remember who's lost armor and who hasn't.
She's missing one leg. I think she's missing her right leg.
I thought she was missing her right leg as well.
She is, because I'm missing my left. We lost alternate legs.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So between you both, you're legless.
Yeah. No, we're only for 3-legged race. Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so you got 2 points of armor on your left leg?
Left leg, I do indeed.
Okay, so you take 3 points of damage. The key thing for me is that you are also take 3 knockdown and 3 grapple. So you get knocked to the floor, and you get grappled.
But if she deflected 2...
on my character sheet.
If she deflected 2, can't we say that it's 2 points from the effects and you only actually rolled 1 effect? How does that work?
No. I rolled 3 to hit. Yeah? And
No, I'm on about the damage. Oh. Because she soaks
I rolled
2.
3 effects. She soaks 2 damage. But
So
I
why
rolled
don't she
3
soak...
effects.
Yeah, but so why don't she soak... Because they still count as damage.
Yeah, no, they count as damage and they count as effects. So if she just rolled 2... If I'd only rolled 2 effects, the soak would have covered the damage, but it wouldn't have covered the effects.
So it always does damage before effects.
The damage is damage, effect. It's not the dice, it's the number of
Damage is damage, effect is effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
what? You don't soak effects.
So with the 2 armor, couldn't she have effectively negated the 2 griffin things? So actually, she took 2 damage in 1 effect.
No,
damage armor.
You don't negate the number of dice. You
negate the damage.
You negate the damage.
Yeah.
See, it's the same thing. You know, if I'd rolled 2s, you wouldn't have got rid of 4 damage. You would have just got rid of the. You just would have.
You could still grab her armor. Yeah, but you won't be doing any damage with it.
I tried, Belle. I tried.
You did. You're very trying. You're correct.
It has grabbed Belle. There are another 3 that have shot out. Given that Genghis had a cold shot on it, I will let you guys take action before the other 3 attack.
And sorry, Louis, how do I mark that it's grapple and such on my character sheet, or do I just put the 3 X's?
You just need to put the 3 X's. The grapple we will keep a note of.
And that's 3 X's under physical done. Awesome, cool, thank you.
Yeah. So, Genghis, you do get to shoot, but there are 4 of these things circling Cager.
Yeah.
Well, 3 circling, 1's grappled.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to work out exactly. So I've declared it as a cold shot.
I do have 1 momentum floating around.
So that's an observation roll, isn't it, Louis?
Sorry, you were saying... Do you get the opportunity to... I don't think you get the opportunity to. I'm trying to think of what the exploit if you can't see the things, and you can't.
We've met them before, though. If it was something new, I'd say yes. But it's like coming across a race you fought multiple times, even though it might be a different person or different type of the same race. You still know how.
Oh, you know where to fire, but that's not what an exploit is. An exploit is you're looking at it going, and that is the point I'm aiming for.
You're going for the point of advantage or weakness.
Yeah. So you're going, okay, there's a gap in their armour, for example. That's where I'm going to hit it. In this case, you're looking...
What's the benefit of making a prepared action then in Conan? Because there's not, is there?
No, probably not. No, in terms of if you know that you're going to...
The man's coming over the wall, you're going to shoot him when his head appears. You'll get the first shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as players, we get that anyway, so there's no benefit from preparing that shot.
There probably isn't. If you know... Well, if you know exactly where they are and you're queued up and ready to shoot them at one specific shot... You know, not if they could pop up from anywhere, but if they're going to definitely pop up at this one particular place that's like that wide, you train the arrow on that point, you're ready, bang. Yeah, but the altars, 4 foot wide, cages coming up, you're looking at an area of darkness, exactly where these tentacles are going to come out is...
Yep.
You don't know exactly where they're going to come out from and how fast they move, and this thing just... Boff, 4 came out, one of them's grabbed Cager, the other 3 will act at the end of the turn.
Okay, so it's not an exploit because I'm not going to waste a turn trying to find that weakness when Cages hit the floor. So I am just going to sink an arrow into the one that's got Cager, my friend.
Okay.
What I will do though, is because I still have all of them, is I'm going to expend a load.
Yep.
And I'm going to up that to 3d20.
Go for it.
In the words of Bernard Matthews, beautiful. It's still only 3 successes, but we know we only need 1 on these.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to spend 2 doom to have the one of the tentacles, which hasn't gone yet, move into the way of that arrow. So while you've got the hit on one of them, you've not got the hit on the one you wanted.
Okay.
The other one has moved into the way.
Bastard.
but he still gets his 2.
He still gets...
I get 3.
4.
4 momentum, yeah. What do you want to do with that 4 momentum?
Okay, well, the thing is, I actually roll 5d6, plus because I used a volley, I actually roll 6d6 anyway.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm going to roll that first before I decide what to do. 6 damage.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember 3 effects.
Do these things... I've not got effects on these.
I'm trying to remember how much...
Do these things have soak or anything, or...
They do not have soak. So you
that
do
is a
6
wound.
damage straight in, which gives it a wound. I'm trying to think where I was writing this down last time. Okay. So, yeah.
Have they healed from last time?
I've got a funny feeling they're probably not the same tentacles, to be honest, Charlie.
Probably not. I'm just saying.
Okay, so this thing's taken a kicking. So with the momentum I got from I need to...
Actually, they do have soak. I think
they
do have soak, yeah. They've got 2 soak.
So you're going to spend 1 momentum, Doug, and do the wound?
I am going to still make the wound with 1 momentum.
Okay. So you do 5 points of damage to it.
Yeah, which is still a wound. So that makes it weaker anyway.
Okay.
So that means I have 3 momentum left. And does load work per shot or per turn?
It's per turn.
So actually, if I were to shoot again,
sorry, no, it's per shot. No, if you then carry out swift action, that you would have to spend that.
That's what you just said, Mr. Louis.
I knew what I meant. Yeah, no. If you're going to roll another attack, you'd have to spend another load to make another.
Hang on, Kaya, we're coming.
Yeah. Okay. I want.
Cost you 2 momentum for swift action because you're using the same type of attack again.
Same weapon. Okay, so I'm on 3 momentum left, so I will spend 2 and another load.
Okay.
And because this thing's...
And that's a extra difficulty to that roll.
Yeah, it is. So this thing's already taken a kick in anyway. And he's weak. And I know Action's ready to get... Action's ready there. Allardyce's got good visibility anyway, so he's going to be reacting. I'm actually going to target another... In fact, I'm going to try and make you spend your doom. Could I target the original...
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Genghis pulls an arrow, fires it. The trying to cut off the tentacle that's got Cager. The other tentacle, just as it comes out of the darkness, just slices through and an arrow skewers it. And with a muttered curse, Genghis pulls out another arrow and knocks it and tries to let fly.
I am going to spend 2 momentum, so I'm down to 1. And I am going
gain your swift action, yeah.
To gain swift action, use a load, and I'm going to fire at the tentacle that has Cager.
Go for it.
One.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so you get 1...
Don't let that
So you get 1 success. So, okay.
Hang on a minute. Is there anything
you don't get a re-roll on attack, do you? You get I don't think you get to re-roll.
It's damage I re-roll.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can use momentum to help that out any.
So the second arrow, I don't want to... you can't have another bowstring going. That's ridiculous. You know what? I'm just going to take the 2 doom. Because otherwise I'm doing something that's just every time you do anything. I need more ideas for what the hell happens during complications, because otherwise every time you just snap a bowstring, there's only so many bowstrings you can carry.
Maybe we can have a video call one random evening and go through some ideas. Create a table or something, a roll table.
I've got a set of cards coming eventually at the end of wave 2, but wave 3 I think, so that could be a while yet. Okay, so you kind of stumble slightly, fire the arrow off as you're trying to get it off quickly. It flies across, and it's just at that point that Cage is struggling with it, and it just completely misses. Who's up next?
Fucking knew it.
Well, I mean, it's either me or Cage, whichever it is.
I think Cage would probably fight back first.
Okay, so
she would certainly be given it.
Cager needs to make an acrobatics or athletics roll, and you need 3 successes to manage to. You need 3 more successes.
There's 2 momentum in the pool.
No, there's 1.
You've got 1, but there's 1 with Allardyce as well.
That would have gone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that was from last scene. You've gone back into the room, so that is the one left.
There's one. Use it. If it gives you a chance to break free, does she get a chance to attack that goal? Was that her action?
That is her action, trying to break free from it.
So should I attack first?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
This could be bad, but I'm going to go.
I believe.
I'm standing my lamp on the bench as I go past. The second bench.
Okay.
Because there's no point in me taking it with it because we're anything light if it gets blown out because there's no other lamps in it.
Okay. So you
grab my shield off my back and charge him with my sword and shield.
Put it down hastily, grab your shield and charge for Cager.
I already have my sword in my hand, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Which are you going for? The one that's got Cager?
I'm going for the one that's holding Cager.
Okay. Right. Roll me an attack.
Do I want to use? No, I haven't. No momentum. No. Right. There we go then. Well, that will be
3.
That's 4.
That's 4.
Well,
okay.
I'm 314, so that's 4.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 4 attacks.
It does say 2d20. All right.
Yeah. No.
That'll be 3 momentum.
Yeah.
Mr. Charlie.
It will.
Oh, good. Good,
okay.
Charlie.
Right, so yeah, Actian charges forward and slashes at this thing. Roll me your damage.
Yep. Here we go. 7.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So that's going to do.
I've sharpened my sword over the week.
And it's a sword, so the effects just count as damage.
Yep.
So okay, you're automatically doing 5 damage to this because it's got a soak of 2, which is going to deal it 1 wound.
Yep.
You can try and spend. Well, you've got extra momentum there if you want it.
Will that cause it to react and try and let go of Cager from taking a wound?
No, but what I will say is if it's taken a wound, it will reduce the effect of the grapple by 1. So Cager will now only need 2 successes to get herself free of it.
So should I take a second action? A
Swift action.
Or secondary target?
We know they've only got 2 wounds, and that kills them. So actually, you might be able to free Cager completely. So go for it, Charlie. You've got 3. Use 2.
Spend 2 of them. I can either do a swift action or a second wind. What's the difference? Oh, not second wind. Yeah, second target.
Yeah,
you could hack
second wind. Second wind is about recovering effect of injuries throughout the whilst in
secondary target.
Swift action is another standard action, so you get another attack.
2 momentum.
If you spend 2 momentum,
use 3.
Half of the damage that you did will affect the secondary target.
Can I attack the same target again?
You can. That would be a swift action. So you'd need 2 successes. It'll cost you 2 momentum. You'll need 2 successes to hit.
They'll still soak that. Your best bet, Charlie, in all fairness, if you're attacking the one on Cager, is to use 2 of your momentum for a swift action, and use your 3rd
to boost
get another D20.
Yeah. Right, here we go then. That's what we're doing. We're spending it all. I have rolled it. It says rolling dice. It still says rolling dice. There it is. 1 hit.
It's not. Oh, there we go. Right, 1 hit, which is not enough.
Nope.
It struggles free, and you just can't get your sword in there. It just moves. Okay. Aladai can go if you want to, or we move to Cager trying to struggle away from this thing.
There's still 1 momentum in a pot, remember, for me.
Yeah.
Aladai?
Yes, I was muted.
Does Aladai want to charge down and try and do something, or does Cager want to try and get free?
He's still got his throwing dagger, hasn't
he? Yeah, no, he's still got...
A few.
Plenty of them. He's like here, so would Cage be in the way?
You were. Didn't you
if
say
you-
you were over here?
No.
She's less in the way than I am.
I've been out here the whole time. I never went
No.
back.
He said the arrow went there.
Yeah.
You could take. I mean, you could move forward to the end of that bench and throw your dagger. That's not a big deal. Move to the
Sure.
edge of the room and throw it.
Why not?
That still counts as close range in my book.
Is that what's the worst could go wrong?
Dr. Pepper. So I actually need dice to do that.
Come on.
Got him, I've got him. That is 2.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit it. You gain 1 momentum from it.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Roll damage. 2 2s and a 6.
2 2s and a 6. So that's one
Five.
effect and 5 damage. Okay. So yeah, you've reduced its damage down by another 3. It's not enough to wound it again. Did you get extra momentum? I'm trying to think. Did you get extra momentum?
I
off
got
that?
1 momentum from that, yeah.
So we
Okay,
do
so
have
you
2
got 1
momentum in
in the
theory.
pot. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 momentum.
So you could actually
Can
do
be
2 more
used.
damage. Tough choice. Or does KJ want it as extra power?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be if
Can-
you use it.
I will point out, because we don't play this often
What are the-
enough.
If you
could
do
use
another
piercing.
wound to the one holding Cage, Cage is free.
And that
So she
technically
can
probably
have
had it.
to spend a trying to break free so she can attack.
1 point of momentum will give you 2 points of armor piercing, which will
So
do
that
5
was-
points to this, which
So 1 point of
will cause
momentum.
another
Yeah.
wound. So 1 point of momentum will cause another wound.
Okay, well, I guess I'll do that then.
That makes sense.
Okay. So this dagger comes sheathing out of the darkness and strikes into the into the tentacle, right down deep into the hilt, and the thing shudders and lets go.
Yay.
I am going to seize the initiative again.
You're going to grab Cage while she's down. You.
I'm sensing a certain amount of dislike for Katie tonight.
I can't remember if is it 1 or 2 momentum to seize the first time.
2.
2, you said.
2's what you spent last time.
I know it's what I spent
Yeah,
last time.
and it's a
Okay.
+1 each turn.
It was
Okay.
doom.
Right.
So it'll cost you
Come on.
3.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to do that.
3 doom. Right.
Oh, he's down to
Okay.
1 dude.
No, I'm
No,
down
he's down to
to
3
3
doom.
because I got doom for your complication.
Blah, blah, blah.
You know what? Oh, damn. That's only 1, I think. Yeah, that's only 1.
But she
So
can
can I
still
parry it?
parry while she's down.
Can I parry it?
You've got to have guard to parry, haven't you?
I've got guard. I've got shield and I've got a
You've got
sword.
guard. Oh, that's a point. You can parry for her.
I've got a shield and a sword. I've got 3 parries.
It doesn't
For
have to be
free.
the individual, just close.
Yeah, I'm close.
Go on then. Action can try and parry that hit.
Here we go. Start praying. Oh, look.
You do successfully parry.
You
Yes,
do
I do.
successfully parry. You get a point of momentum.
But your shield's broken.
No.
I'm going to say you lose.
That's two. Because it's
Yeah,
just three.
that's two successes. You gain a momentum, but you also rolled a complication.
Yeah.
Which is that as you put the shield in the way of this thing, it grabs your shield and wrenches it out of your grasp.
Aladar, I've lost your shield.
Well, at least it didn't splinter.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still available. You could try and.
I just said I've lost it. That's all. I didn't say. Right.
But yeah, you do manage to parry that. There is an extra point of momentum in the pool.
So ready for Cager?
So yeah, as one of these things snakes out to grab Cager.
It's almost like you over parry and you block it off and the shield goes flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got it. That's the good thing.
Okay. Cager.
Right, Cage is pretty peed off now. She's been.
Okay, you've been knocked down.
But she gets up again.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Another song.
Yes. Delayed laughter.
I'm pretty sure knockdown takes you out of guard, so you can attack or you can choose to get your guard back. You can get up, but you've got to spend a round either to regain guard or you don't have guard. You can continue to fight without guard, but obviously that's
if she gets attacked again,
it's a lot more difficult.
Before she makes that call, Louis, so the tentacle that grabbed her is now.
The tentacle that grabbed her has retreated back into the
back to black.
Into the blackness.
Okay, but as far as we're concerned, it's out with a.
Yeah.
There is one that's taken a wound that took the arrow from the first tentacle. How many more are uninjured?
Two.
There are two that are uninjured. One of which has just managed to rip Actaeon's shield from his arm.
Okay, so there's only one more left to go.
There's two to go this turn.
No, one grabbed to stop the first arrow, swept across and stopped the first arrow.
That was not an arrow. That was not an action.
Okay.
That was a complication. Right.
That's a reaction. It's the same way that you just parried for Cager.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, but he's still weakened anyway, so he's at -1 on all.
Yeah. You've got one uninjured to still attack and one injured to still attack.
Before you do anything, Cager, and Dor has his turn.
Sorry, has. Say again.
Or has Baldor had his turn, did you say?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't yet. Any objection to Baldor having his go first?
No.
Nope, none here.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
pick Baldor up and throw him at the black object.
Baldor is going to draw his Hikern, and he's going to shoot the other uninjured tentacle.
Okay. Yep.
Is there any momentum to play? I think there's still one in the pot, isn't there?
Yep.
I think there is still one in the pot, yeah.
Okay, in which case he will use to roll 3d.
So, am I the only one that's getting cutouts on Doug?
No,
I've been getting them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that beard, you see. It's amazing little beard.
We're getting you dropping out, Doug.
Whiteboard. It's really crazy. Sometimes if you go away from a Western Europe server, it clears.
Go ahead.
let's let Baldur do his roll.
Keep rolling.
So 3d20. Oh, hello.
Is that 2 or is that 3? Actually,
I'll let you
4.
know. You got 16, so that.
Yeah, he's got a 316, so that is blimey.
3.
That's 4.
316, 4.
That's 4.
So
Okay.
Three momentum.
Yep.
I'm liking
Okay,
the dice rolls tonight.
3 momentum. You do 3 dice damage.
3 damage. Yes, he does. So again, let's roll that first and see what happens. 3 down to 1 is not ideal.
You got 3 damage.
Yeah. So that's a point of damage. And there's only 3 momentum in the pot at the moment.
But you could leave for Cage, you have to have a really good swing at it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to turn this turn into a momentum farm for Cager.
This could go quite interestingly. Okay, so I'm going to put out... So he had 3 momentum, all of which I'm going to drop on Cager.
So there's now 4 momentum.
Actually,
in the
no,
pool.
I'm going to...
No, there's only 3.
There's
Only 3. That's the 3.
There's only 3 in total, yeah, because one's still sitting on.
If you
on
stick it
Aladar.
on me, Louis, then as KG calls it, I'll dispose of it.
It's a
Probably
bit
the
late
better
because I've
way.
already put it on Cager, but
Well, there's still one on Aladar.
yeah, but that was there were 3 came in, but you used the one that was on Aladai for.
I used
that.
the one to get the extra D20,
Yeah.
but I got in 4, so we're actually on 3.
No,
So-
you rolled 4
And we've got
successes,
3. And there's 3
but
there.
you've got 3 back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 3 there. That's right.
Yep, correct. So
Okay, Cager.
Hello.
Eventually, you groggily shake yourself free of this thing as it lets you go. Struggle back to your feet, and 2 of these things are both wounded, circling around you.
Can I please ensure that I have got a sufficient amounts of tact and diplomacy?
Yeah, can.
And I would like to be going bang bang.
Okay. You're going to burn one of those points of
possible.
momentum?
yes.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I don't know how if it would work. I'm just trying to think how to explain what I'm seeing in my head. It's never a good plan.
I would say, Bill, if you were swinging with your axe first, that it's probably worth dumping 2 of them momentum straight away, because you can actually go up to 5.
Works for me then.
You get 2 for 1.
Yep.
Yeah, she gets 2 for 1.
So just use 1, but that will still give you
That'll be 4 dice.
only on your sword or on both.
Oh,
We're barely. I'm getting about half of every word.
I'm the same with everyone.
is it on sword or is it on axes?
Or is it just
I
me?
think it's just no. I think you just get it.
Yeah, I do. It's melee.
Yeah.
It's the person, not the
Yeah,
weapon.
it's definitely 2 dice for 1 do momentum on melee tests.
Oh, okay. Doug's gone. I'm sure he'll be back. There we go.
Big Doug, yeah.
Sorry, what I was going to ask, if possible, that I can do. I'm going to describe it the way I'm seeing it in my head because I can't, which is not going to be a good description because it's not going to be very well translated for human ears, as opposed to my brain. Basically, right hand, to bring the momentum round, swing, and then using the movement from that, swing at the other one.
Okay.
if that makes sense.
It
So
makes
kind of
it makes total sense. That will be a momentum spend depending on how well you do. So roll your 4 attack with your axe. If you've got 2 momentum, if you end up with 2 momentum, you can, once you've rolled your damage, choose to spend 2 momentum to automatically do half of that damage to the next one, and then if you want to, you can also spend for a swift action.
Right, very quickly, testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is that
It sounded okay, I think.
1, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Better it
Yeah.
cut out a little bit.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah, it's
I'm
better.
so proud. You can now count to 9. Well done.
I don't know what comes next.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, Belle, roll me
Yes,
your 4
please. I'm going
dice.
to go for that. Cool. Thank you. Oh, piss off, email. They're D20 this time.
There.
Ow! Bollocks.
That's
Not what I
still
wanted.
2, though, I think.
313,
Yep, 2.
that's still 2, so that gets you 1 momentum back and you hit this thing. Which
So
one
you
are you
got
going
back
for?
what
The
you
one with the
spent.
arrow in it, or the one that's been nicked by... yeah, there's one that's got an arrow stuck in it, and the other one's just been nicked by an arrow.
I'll go for the nicked one.
Okay. So, yeah, you gain 1 momentum for that.
So
Roll
that's the
me
one
damage
she's doing.
dice.
Bring the pain, Cager. Bring the pain.
Sorry. How many dice of damage?
That's
six
6
or
for your
6.
axe,
6 for
Thank
the
you.
7 for your sword.
and intense and vicious.
Lots of effects, please, Cager. Lots of effects.
Oh,
Haven't you
Oh,
got the
and I've
combat
got
die
reroll.
macro?
I do, yes. I just forgot about it.
okay. Hit the
and
combat
I
die. We'll
can
reroll.
ignore
Wait,
that and
stop,
roll the
six.
combat die.
Nah,
macro.
6.
No, stop. 1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6 damage with 3 effects, which takes it up to 9.
And I can reroll 2.
Reroll one of them.
Reroll
before.
just the D4. Just roll the
Yes.
4. Yep.
Roll one of them.
There we go.
11.
11.
It's got a soak of 2, which brings it down to 9, but it's already taken a point of damage. So that actually makes it 2 wounds, Mr. Louis.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No,
it
it
does.
doesn't.
Let's
No,
spend
it
the
doesn't.
momentum.
No, it does 5 points in a single. So that's doing 9 damage. Okay.
Yep.
So that drops it down. Okay, and it takes 1 wound because it took 5 in a single hit. You don't lose at every 5. You lose if you take 5 in a single hit, or lose all of your
So 9's
Okay.
only 1 wound. 10's only
Hey.
1 wound.
Cage,
So
can you
it's
spend a
taken-
point of momentum to do armor
That-
bypass, please?
that will do. That will bypass the armor, but it won't necessarily do 2 wounds
Why not?
Because it's 1 wound
because
per
it's taken
attack.
5, and then it would need to drop to no momentum to take the second wound. Oh, hang on, no. I tell you what, it does do 2 wounds. The reason it does 2 wounds is it's the battle axe, which has piercing. So it has it. No, it doesn't have piercing. It has intense,
Yep.
and
And
it also
vicious.
has vicious. And the vicious
So-
does the second wound.
So so intense does an additional wound. Additional damage per effect.
No, if intense is if it does 1 more, if it does a harm or more upon the target, it affects 1 additional harm. So because it did a wound, it does a second wound.
So yeah, that kills it.
Yeah, that one drives that one away.
Then you can spend
2
1 momentum
You can spend
one
2.
different weapon.
You can spend 2 momentum to go for a secondary target, which will, without having to roll anything, instead of doing 11 damage, do
5, that's
4 and a half. 4 and a
Yeah, is
half.
No, 11 will be 5.5.
But it's also got soak.
Yeah, it's got soak to get to deal with.
And then spend one
Instead of
bit,
doing
one momentum again.
rolled up or rolled down. Hang on. Secondary target, rounding up. So you would do 6. So you would do 4, and then you could spend a point of momentum to.
The last point of momentum, we're going to lose it in the round anyway to do the extra point.
And I've already wounded that one, so that would put that out of commission as well.
Yep.
Works for
So
me.
three momentum, wipes the other one out.
Spend your 3 momentum, and the other one goes down as well.
Everyone happy with that?
Yep. Chuck them in, Doug.
I don't have them. 2 from
And
Cage and
Aladai?
1 from Aladai.
No, I'm trying to chuck them, but they're not moving for some reason. Why are you not moving?
So
Nothing's
click
not
the
moving,
momentum
sweet.
first, bring the box up.
I'll tell you
And
what.
then-
Hang on.
That's what I've done that, but there we go. Now it's gone.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
It wasn't doing it,
And
but then
Aladai,
it did.
chuck your one in. Chuck your one in.
Lose your
Oh, right, yeah,
momentum.
yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. So yeah, these 3. So the other 2 retreat as the first one had.
They are retreating back into the blackness.
Yeah, they're definitely
Is that-
retreating back into the blackness.
We're really close
Is that
now.
where they're coming from? The blackness or the altar?
They're coming from the blackness.
Quickly, Cager.
Coming out.
Light
of the
that
blackness.
fire.
She hasn't
You light
managed
my
to.
fire.
She hasn't managed to pour the oil on it.
No.
Do
In
that
fact,
now.
I
quickly.
no.
Can I do
What
that
I
now?
would say is there is no way that having been knocked over flat on your back with a lamp and grappled by this thing and then got up and grabbed both your weapons, there is no way you are holding
That's fair.
the oil. And
Can I go get the shield back?
not yet, because one of these hasn't. Oh no, yeah, actually,
all
the
gone.
one that the one that is still there has already acted, hasn't it?
So we're going for a second round, are we?
Yeah.
Go on in.
So is this one fresh or injured?
This one is, as far as you can tell, fresh.
Okay, I'll have a pop at it first if you don't mind, peeps.
Go for it.
So 2d20. I'm not calling a load this time.
Okay.
That
isn't it?
is. I can never remember my rolls.
12, 6, no.
313. So yes, that is
Yeah,
2. So that is 1 momentum.
Okay. Roll your damage.
So that's 5 combat dice. 3 drops it down to 1. But I've got 2 momentum off that.
Yep.
In fact, no, I've got 3 momentum.
Yeah, in total.
And I'm going to save that for
Whoever's
Okay.
next.
what I think should be Cajun next.
So
Yep.
you just do the so you just do the 1 point of damage.
I'll stick to the 1 point of damage. Yeah, I'm going to momentum hog for the rest of the party.
Okay. Go for it. Who wants to go next?
Cager.
Yep, I'll go next. I've got a slight beef to go with go through these things.
Yep.
I'm just going to do straight roll, I think, aren't I?
No. You're going to use a momentum and get 40-20.
So
I've
you've
got 3.
3 momentum off that. So if I give you 2,
Okay,
and Bill
Yep.
does
Yep.
a 2d20, does a 4d20 roll.
40-20.
cool.
Yep.
Thank you. There you go.
That's 4.
I told you I had a
Okay.
bit of a beef with them.
That's 4 momentum. Roll your damage dice, which is 6 combat dice.
Oh! It's dead. Or it's gone back into the darkness.
7 plus. Yeah, no, that is
7
enough.
plus 5.
To, that
12.
that is enough to. Yeah,
That's
That is
actually
enough.
4 wounds.
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's 7 plus
It's only
5
2
is
wounds.
12.
12. Minus 2 from soak. And with
Minus
the
2
thing,
from
every-
soak is 10.
It's 10. So that's
So
2
it-
wounds.
No, it's not. Oh, well, it is.
One
It's
wound.
2. It's 2 wounds because it's 1 wound because it's done 5 damage or more.
Yeah.
It still has vigor left even after that, which means that it's only one wound, but then it does the second wound because of intense on the weapon.
So it's not multiples of 5.
It's not multiples of 5. It's for the first 5 in a single blow.
Yeah.
And then
5 and
they
over
lose
is
it
one
for
wound.
any for losing all of your vigor or any damage you take when you have no vigor.
Okay. So that does
But that is 2 wounds.
10 anyway.
It's 10 damage and a second wound because it's intense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it kind
Cage
of
has got
the tattered
3
remains
momentum.
of it pull back into the blackness. Cager, even with the blood pounding in your ears, as your head got close to the darkness, you thought you could hear like the clacking of 2 pieces of hard something coming together repeatedly.
And that's as I got close to the darkness.
As you got close to the darkness, I'm guessing even once you've killed this, you take a step backwards.
I will, and I'll shout out, get me a lamp down here, a lit lamp.
Well, mine's on the second bench back, so I can run back and grab it.
Is yours not on the floor, Cager?
Yeah, but it's not lit, and it's got no
Yes.
oil in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the nearest lamp
Mine
is
is
Actian.
two benches
only
back,
2
so I'll
lit
grab it.
lamps. There are only 2 lit lamps at the moment. Actian has 1. The other is with Baldur
Yeah.
back on the floor inside the inside the
Well,
arch.
mine's on the second bench down where I left it, so I have to turn around. I've got a free hand at the moment, so I have to run back and grab it.
But in terms of distance, you can get there and to Cager.
It's only a
in
couple of
one turn
feet,
easy. Yeah.
I'll spin round, grab the lamp, and spin back.
Okay, not too fast because you don't want to put the damn thing out.
No, but I'm eyeing up where my shield went on the way.
And I think Baldur at that point, knowing that the lamp is going to be poured into the altar, is going to bring his lamp slightly further forward as well.
Okay, so Baldur's entering the room as well, close to the.
Staying by the wall.
No,
of the door,
he's probably standing close to, a bit closer to Aladai, but just in the room rather than just outside.
Okay.
He was already in the room. I was couldn't fire his bow. Go on,
No, he
carry on.
could.
He was
could.
in the doorway. Okay, so he kind of puts his bow to one side, picks up the lamp, and just kind of steps into the room with it.
Yeah, steps into the room. He's got his whip out as well.
Okay.
Whipped it out.
Sorry, and I will also shout out, by the way, about hearing the clacking noise.
Clacking?
Stand back, he's got maracas.
Okay. Actian, yeah, you can take the lamp and hand it to Cager.
Yep.
Who'll pour over the sort of like pour
You're going to reach in the black and tip it in, are you?
There's no way that'll go wrong, will it? Is there?
No.
I gotta say, I am interested in exactly what Cager's gonna do.
So am I, because I'm stepping back half a step with my sword ready, waiting.
I actually don't think Louis was expecting us to do this.
Cager is going to step to. Sorry, Actian, which side are you stepping to? Left or
I'm
right?
stepping to the right.
Okay, so Cage is going to step to the left to leave Actian out. For God's sake, words. Sorry, cannot speak tonight. Stepping to the opposite side of Actian to make sure that he's got room to maneuver, basically. Is going. Do I remember you saying that the altar is on a slight slant?
No, the altar's flat. The floor, it's at the bottom of the floor, slopes slightly down all the way to the altar.
Okay, that was a slant. I knew there was something that was sloping. Just gonna pour the oil on the altar and then try and light it from the lamp.
Okay, how are you just going to pour it on the edge of the altar, or are you going to try and pour it really,
Fill the
really
font.
close to the darkness?
Sorry, one thought. Not Actian, Aladai's dagger that he threw. Can I please grab that with
No,
my? Okay,
no. That's gone. It's lost.
sorry.
Unless you want to climb into the darkness.
That went into the
It's-
darkness, did it? Let's.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Funny enough, I probably would have one. Do I have my
I
own
dare
dagger?
you to look at it, Keiju, and say, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Every time. Sorry, look.
that's all right. I want to. Come on, Belle. What's Cager doing?
Do I have my own dagger? I don't believe so. No. Okay, never mind. That was a nice thought. Nope. I'm going to go. Not stupidly close. Not Cage's version of stupidly close. To the darkness, but
So
Since
Yeah,
right
where's
at
Cage
the
a bit
edge
scared?
of the altar.
um,
Because the darkness is kind of, if the altar's kind of 3-4 foot wide, the darkness is kind of 2.5, 3 foot wide. There's not a lot, and the darkness lightens slightly at the edge, but it's
let's
It's
go
black.
for
it's not like
We're going
not
for
like
about
a tiny thin
halfway.
column like that. It's
Half a foot.
half a foot, halfway in.
okay. So kind of 6 inches from the
Yeah, about that.
Edge.
from the
I
darkness.
said-
Or light.
I said Cage's version of not stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
Not bold, rather than not stupid, not bold.
Okay. So you pour the oil onto the top of the altar.
And light it.
And blow it.
Okay. I want to make an opposed. What would be the best
It's
thing
not like
to
black
do?
football now.
Opposed agility test. Just a straight opposed agility test.
Would that be 2d20?
Yeah, 2d20.
And I have an agility of 10.
Do you want to chuck in one of the points we've got, Doug? Doug!
I absolutely can do that.
Let's make
Right,
it
thank
3
you.
then. Is it 3d20 now?
Yeah, that would be 3d20.
Oh, bollocks.
Ooh.
Double bollocks.
Oh.
In fact, let's go for triple bollocks.
2 bollocks.
Okay, right. In which case, as you go and pour the oil on there, yeah, why not? Yeah,
How many
you're
more
quite lucky because
tentacles are coming
that's
out?
not a TN, so it doesn't count as trained. So the 1 doesn't count as anything. So I don't get an extra doom off it. Okay, that is 2 successes on the attack though.
Parry.
Yeah, you said you were holding a dagger, didn't you?
Yep. No, I didn't. I was trying to find out if I had a dagger, but I don't, so I'm not.
But I
Okay,
have a
so-
sword.
Yeah,
No,
but
you're not
stood,
next to her now.
You're
I am.
not stood next to her. You're stood back so that you can.
I'm
You
stood
could-
near her because I went right and she went slightly left.
Shh. Before we go any further, Louis,
Yeah.
I don't know about anyone else. I need a loo quickly. I don't know if anyone
Pee
wants a break.
freely. Pee freely.
Okay. Let me just say, this huge frigging beak comes lunging out at Cager.
Beak.
Beak.
A
A parrot beak or an octopus beak?
octopus beak. Think
Right.
octopus beak.
Sounds like a growl.
You're being attacked by Chutulu.
So, on that note, let's take a quick break. And yeah, take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be
Yep.
back.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm gonna make tea.
Ooh.
He's already back.
You know me, Louis. You know me.
You do realise you're trying to kill the unkillable, don't you? It's a dark elder god. He
And
doesn't even have hit points.
so the fact that it's a god means it must be believed by something. So if we actually target those that believe in it, then we relinquish its power and we can kill it.
You've not read any Howard, have you? Or significant amounts of Lovecraft. It's yeah. It's gonna be. You guys keep going. That's all right. We'll go and kill it. And I'm going. You're never going to actually kill it, but that's fine. So,
Even if we don't kill it, as long as we get it away from here,
yeah.
that works. Now,
Oh, yes.
obviously, on a Monday, we start 8, 15, and end about normally 10:30, 11-ish.
Yeah.
Is there any scope for a potential longer session?
I don't think there is on a Monday. I could potentially start like 20 minutes, half hour earlier, but
I'm not on about consistently. I'm on about just do a real
Just as a-
good in-depth
just as a
session
one-off.
1 week. Yeah.
If we had earlier in the pub, Louis, we could start there.
And again, if it was something that was relevant to your storyline, so you found something that actually would benefit from being a good
Yeah.
in-depth session rather than breaking it up into multiples.
I could possibly, I could possibly try and find a way of doing that. It's
Obviously,
Monday,
ask
Monday nights aren't good
Mrs.
because
Louis
everybody works
very
on.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the opportunities that I've got to do that would probably be weekends, which would cause other people problems with it. So, yeah.
More often than not, but I mean, for perfect example, was this Saturday she went out. So I ran a very impromptu last minute one shot that went bloody well.
Hey. What you got?
So, but just a bit of 5e. I literally made something up in my mind, ran with it, 3rd level. So
Nice.
most of the characters started to come into their own abilities, and it was brilliant. And they all lived. Not a single player kill, which is unusual for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know now he's back. Ollie would probably struggle with a Saturday game because he works.
Currently, I'm working on it.
So
I'm working on it for ages.
I'll see
but
what I can do. I'd quite like to run a longer session, but it's yeah. Ah, yes.
What?
I'll wait for Bell to come back.
That is quite important because she's about to do something.
Yeah.
Bell? Is Bell back?
No, she's
No.
still making tea, I think.
It takes a long
want
time to boil a cauldron of water, doesn't it?
I want to know if she found a pretty cat.
Hmm.
I found some great tea infusions you can hang on the side of the cup, Louis. You look up novelty tea infusions. There's some great stuff.
I'm not sure that I want to. but I might just.
If ever you're short, there's some great ones out there on Amazon. Not ones you want to buy, but there are some that are really funny as well.
My missus has got into aniseed detox tea.
There's no such thing as detox.
There is.
It's called water.
Yes, that's still detox. But there's like superfoods, like the old blueberries and stuff that are good for clearing the immune system out as well. However, and
that's not a detox.
Oh please!
I'm not a fitness fanatic. I'm not a fitness fanatic in any way, shape, or form.
Nor am I.
The defensiveness in your voice when you say that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. And I drink a hell of a lot of coffee, and I mean ridiculous amounts of caffeine.
There's an awful lot of coffee in Brazil.
So
sticking with the songs.
So what I do is 1 week every month, I detox. The only thing I drink is warm water, just to clear my system out because I was getting.
He's been decaffeinated.
But I would get such pounding headaches, and I feel like shit when I detoxed. By the end of the week, I felt great, and you'd think. Finally, I knew what coffee was doing to me. Stopped drinking it, but by the end of the week, I'm like, yes, back to coffee.
If you want to detox from caffeine, the best thing to do is cut down slowly for a couple of days, because I have done that, and it's just just spend a week cutting it down slowly, and then spend a week off it, and that's a whole different ball game.
No, I literally just cold turkey for a week. Feel great, have great sleep, get into a good pattern, and as soon as that week's gone, smash the coffee again.
There were to people like you.
Not in this chat, please, Belle.
Beardless.
Okay, right. Heading back. Right.
We can fall out, Charlie.
Before we find out whether or not Belle manages, so I did. Right. So there were two attacks incoming. What I would like everybody to do is make a D3 discipline check.
Yeah, I thought this was coming.
Can we roll 3 D20s?
No.
No, you need 3 successes.
I mean, you can roll as many D20s as you want to buy. You need 3 successes to pass.
Okay, I'm going to start with Baldur.
That's not looking good.
And what did you say it was? It's a discipline.
Discipline check.
We've got 1 momentum left kicking around the party.
Okay.
I got 3.
Discipline.
Okay.
His
I
is
could
a
reroll 1.
310.
What?
So 2d20 on 310.
Oh, look at that. That's 3. Isn't it?
Mr. Baldur nails it
right.
with a 4.
That's because he stood at the back of the room, along with Aladai, actually. The 2 people that are stood at the back of the room are fine.
So,
I've got 1 success, but I'm quite happy to say that I've got no successes because it is coming straight for me. So
it doesn't. It makes no difference in this roll. It's 3 or nothing.
Can I spend one of my whatever it is, or am I going to spend a momentum? The last momentum.
You could spend a fortune if you wanted to.
I think I will.
Other than Baldur's momentum,
just dropped it out, right?
1 more in the pot, isn't there?
So fortune gives me 1 success, and I roll 2 D20s.
No, that gives you. What have you got as discipline?
Me, I've got 2 9.
You got 2 9.
So that's 2 successes because I roll a 1 technically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So you've got 2 successes automatically. So you roll 2 D20.
Cross everything, guys. Here we go. Yep, that's in. That's another 2 successes. That's 4.
That's not another 2 successes.
Oh,
that's
sorry,
another 3 successes.
Yeah.
So you've
five
scored
successes.
5 successes. So you
Do I get momentum for that?
back in from that.
It went one way or the other, that one.
You got 2. I've still got 1. Baldur earned 1.
Did Baldur earn 1? No, Baldur didn't earn 1. He made his 3.
You got 3.
Made 3.
No.
He made 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
got
2 and a
4.
1. No.
He's got 4. Okay, so Baldur gets... I'll drop that to you.
Yep. So Genghis is going to say, you know what? I'm going to use 3 of them and try and guarantee this roll.
Throw them out there.
Yeah, I'll chuck mine out for you.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to chuck 2. Genghis has got no qualms with saying stuff
Go on.
this.
5.
Don't
Try
roll
not
out
to
there.
roll. Try not to roll.
So
20.
3 successes I need, yeah?
Yeah.
And my discipline is that. Okay.
So all 5, here it comes. I think that's in, apart from that one.
Oh.
Okay, so
Mainly.
Genghis
at least 4.
actually makes
3, 4,
5 rolls and a complication.
5 successes and a complication. So you earn back 2 momentum.
2 momentum.
And I am going to take those 2
As Doom.
Doom.
I thought you might.
Right, so was Cager the only person that didn't succeed on that roll?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's the transfixed on the beak.
Yeah, I said I was very happy to have a.
Oh, you're joking me.
You suck, Mr. Louis.
Okay. Area vicious, so that is 3 mental damage.
So 3
Because it
resolve
has
mental
vicious
damage.
1.
And
So you
because
take
it's mental,
3
you gotta
mental
take it.
damage. You've got to take it unless you have courage.
No, none of us do.
Does nobody have courage? I thought some.
No, my plan is to see if I can't manage it next time we.
Find a way to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the other interesting thing is feed upon fear. Add 1 point of doom every time a character suffers mental within medium range, whatever the source.
So you get 1 point to do.
I get 1 point of doom for that.
Only 1.
Only 1.
So-
But it puts
So
me
we
back
can
up
attack
on
now,
5.
can we?
Mm. It depends on whether or not somebody wants to try and parry. So there were 2 successes, weren't there?
Yeah.
I think it had got 2 successes on... Yeah. So it had got 2 successes.
Are you parrying,
Where-
Ranger?
Where
Did
was your
somebody-
attack roll?
Way up here. It was the 5-10 I rolled
Ah,
just before the break.
right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm parrying. Funnily enough.
111, 510. Yep.
She's
Okay.
parrying.
What are you parrying with? Because I know you'd got the... You can't be having the sword and the axe and the
Dagger.
oil lamp.
And the lamp. And the dagger. Come on.
And you were talking about a dagger, so I'm trying to work out what you're holding in your hands.
Sorry, let me. I tried to light the thingy, so I would have had a lantern in one hand, and I'll therefore have 1 axe.
Okay, so you got the axe, not the sword. Okay, so
No, sorry, I would have.
I
Sorry,
would have had it in my
a.
left hand and handed it to you, so I'm guessing it would
No,
have
I
been the right
would
hand.
have the sword,
okay,
because
Okay.
tactics and diplomacy would always be a pair. Yep, so I have the
Okay.
broadsword.
okay. So, in which case, yeah, you can make me your parry roll.
Do you need momentum for that?
No, because I've got a thingy that I don't.
Well, no, it's you
Oh,
don't
wait,
have
I
to spend
see.
two.
Momentum
Okay, an
will
extra
give you an
die.
extra.
Yep. Sorry, I'm not thinking. Long
I'll
day.
chuck mine in.
Thank you very much.
Right, done.
So that puts me up to
3.
3d20.
Yep. And your first power is 3. Oh, please tell
Lucky
me.
that was it.
What's my parry? Is that
It's
1 or
I should be.
2? Parry. I've got TN of 14.
Oh, so lucky.
No
Nothing.
damage.
Nope. I'm pure planning.
Okay. So yeah, this beak snaps out of the darkness just as you're doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say the sudden jerk of your hand, and you spill the rest of the oil on there and set light to it as you step back out of sheer fright as this thing tries to rather than grab you, actually just take a chunk out of your arm.
Don't you mean surprise? Wouldn't be fright.
Oh, with 3 points of resolve damage gone, it was fright.
All right.
Yeah, I'm happy
It
with
was
that.
definitely fear.
That's definitely clenching up time.
Okay, so yeah, the top of the altar is on fire.
So
Which
is
is
somebody?
a really, really bizarre sight as the flames flick up into darkness and don't seem to penetrate the darkness or reflect in the darkness, or it's like there's a full fire that should be kind of like 2 foot in the air, but it isn't. It's like a ring around a central darkness. It's
great.
yeah.
Magical.
Yeah, yeah. Unholy and blasphemous, I think, are probably the
That's the next two weapons.
terms for this.
Pretty damn. How about pretty damn
You've got
awesome
that
looking?
down now.
I'm going to call a Cthulhu character with 2 guns, one called Unholy and the other called Blasphemous.
Yeah.
I like it.
You got it written down, Louis. You'll need that later.
Oh, it's all up there.
So are you going KJ or not?
Sorry, yes, I am, aren't I? So I've got my broads.
Oh, the thing
What's
just
actually
snapped at
happening,
you.
Louis?
Okay, so this thing snapped at Cager and retreated back into the darkness as Cager just half dropped, just like panicked and went, threw oil all over the top of the altar and managed to set light to it and kind of took several steps backwards, looking decidedly shaken. So there is now this fire burning on the top of the altar, but not affecting the darkness inside.
Would Baldur or Genghis or potentially Aladai with a dagger had a chance to attack this thing before it retreated?
What would I do? I'm standing right next to it. Sort of.
I think.
I mean, if it's a no, say no.
Let's say no. Look, there's going to be nothing to be gained by you trying to take a swing at it, to be honest. So let's say no. It just erupts out, tries to grab, and then just vanishes back into the darkness before anybody can quite react.
Right,
If
can I
one
run
of
up and
you
get the
wants
shield
to have
then?
launched an arrow into the darkness just as it closed back in, that's fine. But it's it closes back into the darkness.
Okay.
That'd be
Genghis
great.
looking down an arrow at a taut bowstring is going to say to Cager and Actian,
Back
every,
off.
every time this thing's attacked us, we've got close. Let's give it distance. We've set fire to the altar now, so we've got better visibility in the room. Let's get away and do what we need to do.
Okay, I'm going to grab my lamp, even though it's empty, because I might need to refill it and light it.
Yep.
And grab the shield.
Okay. Which direction are you going?
Well, I'm going
North.
backwards, back the way we just came for the moment.
North.
Okay.
Can I refill my lamp and relight it as soon as we leave the room?
Once you get through back to
Yeah.
Baldur, yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
We still want to eliminate this section there.
And we'll map it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by eliminate it.
Yeah.
So, Aladai, do what you do.
Are we going to wait at the bottom of the stairs or on the corner?
I'm going to sneak up with Aladai to what I think is going to be a corridor running in.
We'll
that
follow you to the
direction.
point where we see some crypts and then we'll wait. How's that?
Yeah, perfect.
which is just top of the stairs, or just before the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So yeah, we're going to move to there, Louis, which we think is going to lead to a set of stairs leading up.
Okay. So right, just so I've got an idea of it. Who is? I know I keep going through this. So who's holding a lamp and who isn't? So
Me.
Allardyce's holding a lamp, Actaeon's holding a lamp, and Baldor's holding a lamp. Is that it?
Yep.
I think so.
Yes, because I have one, but dropped it.
Yeah. No, you've still got you managed
picked it
to
up
keep
again,
hold
right?
of it, but it kind of you managed to keep your hand through it, but just like threw the oil and set light to it as
Okay,
you did.
gotcha.
I've refilled mine, and we've refilled yours, but you haven't lit it, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no.
I'm going to be, as a walking, going to be casting many, many looks backwards in a distinctively paranoid fashion.
Waving 2 weapons.
Cager is not.
Yeah.
Cager's not going to be able to hold a full lamp while she's got
No. All right, she's got an empty lamp
weapons
then.
in her. Both
Puts
weapons
on her
in
belt
her.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I've kind of got this. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you guys get to the top of the stairs. The give me half a tick. I'll just double check.
Double check.
Yeah. So as you walk up the stairs, in the carvings on either side of the staircase, the rows of warriors are walking down the stairs in the opposite direction from you. But yeah, as you turn the corner and peer up the stairs, you see pretty much what you expect to see, which is another set of stairs leading back up and into the types of the type of room that by now you've come to recognize. The walls with the burial slots in the walls are generally unadorned, where the walls of the passages between are carved, and the wall ahead of you at the top of those stairs, Allardyce certainly recognises as being plain, and thus most likely somewhere where there are burial niches in the walls.
So sneaky, sneaky.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm going to the left,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So you're just going to put your head out into the doorway. Okay. Rather than overly keep this going and going and going, I'll just show you that.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
we
we've
guessed.
got
Oh,
another corridor,
there's an additional corridor.
which I thought there might be.
Okay. Are you going to notify us of that?
Yeah,
In which
I'd
case,
say.
I would sneak past them 2 crypts and try and position myself there to cover Allardyce looking down the corridor.
Okay, so the 2 of you are going, leaving the others on the stairs for the moment.
Yeah, because we're probably the most dexterous of the group, to be honest.
Okay,
Stealth.
I would like stealth checks from you, please.
Okay, my stealth is 213. We've got. Do you want to take a momentum each and roll 3d20, Allardyce?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to dump both of them,
Okay.
and we're going to roll 3d20 each.
Okay.
And 2 for me.
Okay.
5.
Fuck me.
No,
You know what? I'm going to pass out a couple of
not without a beard.
momentum for that. That's
You got to pull it first.
Yeah, I can't.
5.
I've got a 1, a 4, and an 8.
Okay. So you guys turn the corner, and by the light of Allardyce's lamp,
It was a silvery moon. Go on.
I was just thinking the silvery moon.
Laurel and Hardy.
you can see a short corridor that stretches away from you. It looks like it passes through a small room and then down a flight of stairs, and much beyond that you can't see, but the walls that you can see are carved in the figures that you'd expect.
Are you coming back for us, or are you going to go a bit further?
We don't know anything more yet, so I think I would do that to Allardyce and keeping my bow ready.
Mm-hmm. We keep going.
Boys from the hood there.
Okay, so Allardyce is going to move further on down into the corridor and peer through the archway. Okay. Okay. It's a tall domed chamber with 4 large carved stone chairs, each one of them looking remarkably like the ones on the daises in the feasting hall that you moved through.
I was not happy with that.
Each one has a warrior sitting in it. Make me an observation roll.
Right.
Hey, what roll?
Observation roll, your favourite, Doug.
Allardyce. Just for Allardyce.
I'm good at... Oh, not me.
No,
2.
not because you're not going with him, are you? You're staying back in the corridor.
I'll go with him.
Oh, you're going to go right in. Okay, right.
I'm at his shoulder, literally.
Okay. Okay, in which case, make me an observation roll. Or you can
2.
work with, or you can add 1 to his rolls. Actually, probably the best way of doing it.
What's your observation skill, Allardyce? I've got 212 with the reroll.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so if I roll 2, there's 2 successes there. I ain't going to reroll that. So whatever you get is above and beyond mine.
1.
3 successes, Louis.
Okay. So, the chairs are carved with really intricate designs. They're of they're the same kind that you've seen, but they are even more intricate than the ones you've seen. The details are incredibly fine in them. The 4 figures sit in the stairs with spears and shields sitting bolt upright. They're not carved, they are the dead. Their armour is more intricately carved than any that you've seen. And in the designs on the walls, you can see people being bathed. It looks like these guys, but without their armor, in some kind of water, being bathed.
Do I get the impression that these guys are being revered in some way?
Yeah, yeah. I think you could definitely take that from them. Certainly, the figures in the chairs seem to have some kind of status, could be simply by the fact they're in these chairs, but their armor is better. But yeah, there's something also about about, like I say, each of the chairs has got these figures that are being bathed. But yeah, these guys certainly look like they're a cut above. It looks like they're here for some particular honour.
I'm not going to whisper to Aladdin. I'm going to tap on his shoulder and point over my shoulder, hinting we should head back and let the guys know.
Yep. He would agree.
You're not going to go just straight through a room and see what's the other side? See, it's a joining passage.
No.
Damn.
Okay, so you guys move back past the burial niches in the walls to the top of the stairs, where the smell still lingers from the room below. And if you want to have a quiet, whispered conversation on the stairs, that sounds like the best place to do it.
No, I think head back to this point here.
Back to the centre dais bit and go round the lift-down wall. Go west.
No, just here. Literally, just here, I think.
Okay.
So where we can meet with you guys. So we're out of the altar room.
And we're away from dead.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind the tentacles have only attacked us whilst we've been in that room. So I'd like to stand there away from the crypts, explain to the party what we've encountered in that room. And also that although there's a few crypts about, there's not that many. So I think that's the way to travel. I don't want to go back in this room again if we have to. Genghis doesn't like that room.
So we're going down through the altar room and to the west.
No. We're going up
and round and back through that room.
And down. Yeah.
Okay.
So is that a group stealth past the crypts, Louis?
Is that everybody? Is that everybody? What everybody wants to do?
Works for me.
Okay. In which case, I will. What did we do before?
I mean, we've been doing this for quite a while now.
Yeah. When we did it last time, the two of them were in front, the rest of it after.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll a stealth roll to get through the first part of the crypt. That's fine. So yeah, you guys head round and end up back in the archway into this room with the with these 4 thrones in it.
Okay.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna suggest that we simply move on.
Okay, so you're just going to quietly go through the centre of the room and down the stairs opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not going to touch anything. We're not going to disturb anything. I think we should just move on.
Have we just examined the floor, make sure there's no tricks or traps or anything? Not that there would be, of course. But
I mean, we haven't found any traps in this area yet, have we? They've all been further up on the previous floor.
Yeah, go on. Go for
but that's not to say there isn't, but actually, I don't think we should mess about too much.
No.
I just want to move on.
Go.
Okay. Right, in which case, I do want a stealth check of everybody.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do
Yes, fail.
Baldor first. Oh, sugar. Baldor's not very stealthy, is he?
I am, but I failed.
Oh, Baldor's got 2.
Okay, Baldor's got 2. Cage has got...
3, 13. And what did
So
I
you've
roll?
got 1.
1,
Got
yeah.
3.
I got none.
I'm gonna.
got none.
I'm gonna spend one of them
I am stealthy, but I got none.
and roll another one. So my stealth is 2. There's another 2.
Okay. So, everybody got 2 except for Cager, who got 1.
I got 3.
You got 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys get through that room very quietly. You have several moments where you are really convinced that the figures in the chairs are watching you, but you get to the stairs and head down the stairs. Okay, the room...
Aladai probably has a heart attack. Any noise.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The room that you come out into is as high domed as the chamber with the chairs or thrones in it above was. The 2 thrones in the corner both likewise have these intricately carved armors and 2 figures sitting in them. The 2 thrones are arranged to look over this pool of water in the middle of the room. It's miraculously, the pool is full, and the water, as you kind of peer in, seems to be clear. It doesn't seem to be, you know, everywhere else down here has felt desiccatedly dry, with the exception of the room with the altar in it. This pool
Chairs
of
are
water, no, the chairs have got 2 of these figures in it wearing the highly carved armor. Yeah, the water is there is this pool in the middle of the room with what appears to be just water in it, and there is an archway and stairs leading down. Again, the archway and the stairs beyond it seem to be carved with white marble. Seems to be the archway previously has been surrounded in marble, and part of the tunnel before it is. This seems to much more early be covered in marble, and the marble's carved with figures. Okay, no, not that one. Yeah, so that's what you see within the room.
If something begins in combat, I'm going to position myself here.
Okay.
Trapped between 2 forces. Nice.
And I'm going to exploit that statue.
Okay. Okay, so as soon as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you stand and pick the point on that statue where... Yeah, okay, that's all good.
Straight in the eye.
That's all good. Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Just call me Mr. Cautious.
I've got a lamp in one hand, a sword in the other. I'm having a... Can I do a full observation check on the room?
you can have a good look at the room. I mean, you know, if you want to do much more, you'll have to move around the room, which I'm guessing you probably don't want to be doing unless you particularly do.
I don't want to march all over the room, but I do want to have a closer look at the water and the font or whatever it sits in.
Okay, so you just want to walk over to the pool and have a good look at the pool
And the sides of it, yeah.
and the sides of it. Okay.
Because it's sunk in the floor or it's risen up a bit?
It's sunk into the floor, but there is a slightly raised
Edge.
wall about it. Make me your stealth roll now if you're moving into the
Stealth
room.
roll?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that'd be stealthy.
Nice.
That's 4.
It's 4. Okay.
We like that.
We do like that. Right, okay.
Like a fucking ninja.
Didn't hear that, did you, Eleanor? Oh.
No, so you can't see, but Aladai is smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actian tiptoes over completely silently, gets to the pool and just turns around and goes, "Ta-da!" Didn't hear that, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. You
Scarily.
across the...
That sounds like a session I had with Chris where I snuck up to some guards on the wall, knocked them out, threw them off the wall, and called out, "I did it!"
Okay, so
I can picture you doing that.
That's
It's not
'cause
gonna
I
beat the dolphin. Sorry, it's not going to beat the dolphin.
we'll
Go on.
leave the dolphin for the moment.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of so Actian kind of sneaks carefully across the room, holds his lamp up, and has a good look at the pool. There is the wall around the edge of the pool on the east end is almost at the floor level. It's lower than the other, and when you look into the pool, there are steps leading down this end and steps leading up the other. The far end, the side of the pool is still the same height as it was.
So it's really deep.
It's fairly deep. It's
So it's a walk-in bath.
Jump in and find out.
Waist height.
It's kind of probably 3-4 feet deep, something like that.
So that's probably what's in the pictures in the other room. That's probably the bathroom.
Yeah, it does look like the pool from the chairs in the other room.
Okay. Nothing else in there, just water and steps down and steps up and white marble.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, the inside of the pool is lined with white marble as well.
Nothing special about the water as far as we can tell. Just have a look.
From a look, it just looks like water. The fact that the pool is still full,
Yeah.
does strike you as strange, given that there's not been anything but apart from that altar room, there's not been anything but desiccated dryness for quite a long way now.
And it's still not a dust on the surface or anything else, because you said it was clear enough of it, so that's a bit weird.
It's completely clear. Yeah.
Where's that gelatinous cube got to? Where is it?
Naturally clear.
Okay.
But doesn't smell like the altar room did.
Okay. I'm tempted to take a cup of water, but I haven't got a cup. I'm not entering the drinking bottle.
You could scoop out a handful.
No, I want to take it in the other room and throw it at the black cloud. But I've got nothing to put it in. How dished is this shield, Alan?
Not very.
All right.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing while Actian's looking at the? Well, I know what Genghis is doing.
Genghis is shitting himself. Basically.
Okay. What about Cager?
Cage has approached, so she's fairly close. So she's kind of about to back into the left of Actian, with tact and diplomacy at the ready.
Okay. In which case, if you've stepped all the way into the room and started moving across the room, I would like you to make me a stealth roll. You are partly covered by Charlie's stealth roll on this one.
Oh, good. Might need that.
Silence is golden.
So you know how I said I might need that.
You're not
Golden
that
brown.
covered. So Actian steps into the room.
3 to 13.
Actian steps into the room and moves across, and he's very quietly looking at the pool when
You didn't hear a thing.
when
What?
Cager steps up behind him and manages to knock tact on the floor or something, and there's just this sound that echoes around the room. And looking at the time, I am going to end the session as
Right there.
Genghis will get to, with his exploit action, let fly at one of the two undead creatures that stand and start to ready their spears and their shields.
So I've got to hold that for 2 weeks.
Or more.
I tell you what, no. You release, and as the arrow starts to pass the bow, we cut.
Dude.
No.
I had a dum.
I noticed.
Whoops.
Almost
Sorry,
a horse.
guys.
All right, I am going to.
In the next exciting episode of
The Priestess and the Silver Cave. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll pick it up in a fortnight's time. If there's anybody watching this, hope you enjoyed it.